So today, first of all, hope you're having an amazing spooky season so far. We are here. It's Halloween basically, everybody. It's October, we're here, we've arrived. Not really. This week especially, I feel like we have seen all sorts of Halloween developments. We are seeing Halloween in stores, new Halloween online. We are seeing Halloween, like the first look of Halloween in like some of the Michaels stores. I've seen some updates on release dates at places like Dollar Tree. I know some Dollar Trees are actually getting their stuff out, but I have some actual dates for you guys today. And Bath and Body Works leaks. We've been seeing all sorts of Halloween launches, leaks, new online drops, and continuations of Halloween that we've already been seeing out there. Lots of things, strange things are happening, everybody. And on top of all of it, of course, perfect timing, if you can tell by my voice today, whatever summer cold of doom has found me. It has found me out in this spooky wild. I did my makeup, got a little spruced up, was feeling a little bit better, and then I went to go put on like a full-on outfit garb thing, and I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm going for the robe. I'm gonna choose my emotional support robe. I just wanted to feel cozy and comfortable. Since we're not getting out on the hunt today, I thought we'd hang out here at home and talk about all of the developments we've seen this week. There's been so much going on. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to cover everything. And by the time this comes out, we may have even more. Like we might have more developments. So I made a list of things that have been happening this week and things I've been seeing over on the Facebook group. So I'm gonna talk about it, show visuals. We're gonna do a full breakdown of everything that's happened this week. So if you're not part of the Facebook group yet, it's our Halloween Forever Facebook group. I'll have it linked down in the description box for you. People have been posting all sorts of visuals of Halloween coming out in their stores. So pretty much all of my sources are coming directly from Spooky Family. So thank you guys so much for posting. Anyways, longest story longer, today we are doing a weekly Halloween update. I'm gonna talk about all the new Halloween things that have been happening this week. Hanging out here in front of my Halloween hearth, I've got my spooky beverage, so if you wanna grab yourself a beverage, a snack. I don't have a snack, but I do have a beverage because I'm gonna eat some lunch after I film this video. I'm gonna have a nice, nutritious, delicious lunch from Factor, which by the way, this video is sponsored by Factor. And I'm so happy to have Factor meals to rely on for the rest of the week and into the weekend because your ghoul is just not feeling like cooking. I'm not gonna lie, not feeling the greatest. I'm probably gonna spend the weekend chasing around toddlers, and when I'm not chasing around toddlers, I'm gonna be in bed, everybody. So Factor always comes through with the nutritious, delicious, convenient meals. And if you haven't heard of Factor before, Factor delivers fresh, never frozen meals straight to your door, ready in just 2 minutes. You just pop them in the microwave, and then you have a nutritious, delicious, hot meal on the table, ready to go. And one of the things we love so much about Factor is not just the fact that you get nutritious meals, but also they taste really good. They have a huge variety of meals with over 100 rotating weekly options, from meals and salads to breakfast, shakes, and more, all crafted for great taste and nutrition. A ton of options. I have my tried and true favorites like the ginger teriyaki salmon I've talked about before. It's probably my favorite Factor meal. And they also have salads, and their salads, they're my new favorite. They are fresh, they are crisp, they are delicious. And then of course, I cannot deny the convenience. And with Factor, it's super flexible. So you can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you need all of your meals. Or for us, we just do dinner because that seems to be the most chaotic time of the day. It's the end of the day. I am exhausted putting together a whole meal, planning 3 meals a day. It's just one less thing I have to think about by having dinner taken care of. We can come in from outside or whatever activity we're doing, eat our dinner, and then move on. We don't have a bunch of dishes to do, all that kind of stuff. So we can move on to bath time, bedtime, all those things, without worrying about a million dishes to do at the end of the night. So Factor has continued to come through for my family in so many different seasons of life. The busier seasons, the sick seasons, the healthier seasons, and the literal holiday seasons. Factor has been there through it all. So thank you so much, Factor. I cannot say enough good things about Factor. Anyways, if you want to give Factor a try, you can head to factor75.com and use code LibraFB50 to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. And their breakfasts are so good. The pancakes, the scrambles. They're so good. So get that steal of a deal with that free breakfast for a year. Once again, that's factor75.com and use code LibraFB50 to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Steal of a deal, I tell ya. Anyways, moving on. We've got a lot to cover. This week was a full-blown spooky situation, everybody. We had a bunch of Halloween things happening. I made a full list, so we're gonna sit back, relax, sip our beverage, and talk about all the Halloween things, everybody. All right, so first up, I wanted to talk about what's going on in stores right now, kind of what we're seeing in store when it comes to Halloween. At Cracker Barrel, we're seeing full-blown Halloween displays at Cracker Barrel. Some of you out there might be like, this is old news. My Cracker Barrel's had Halloween for a month. I know it's old news for a lot of people, but some people, their Cracker Barrels haven't even gotten anything yet. My Cracker Barrel just got it out this week. So I know it's still happening, so I wanted to put it still at the beginning of this video because we are still seeing Halloween pop up at Cracker Barrel. Also this week, people started seeing full-blown Spooky Towns at their local Michael's. So the Limax Spooky Town displays have been set up in most of the stores. If you haven't seen it in your store yet, it is coming. I know some people once again saw it last week, but for a lot of us, especially I'm in the Midwest, for a lot of us, we have not seen a lot of Halloween in stores, and this was the first week we're seeing a lot of it. So I saw the full display at my Michael's this week, earlier in the week, and they also came out with the full Limax Spooky Town collection. So before, they just had the Michael's exclusives. Now they have the full collection. Also, worth mentioning, while we're talking about Michael's, should we just go ahead and jump into Michael's because I'm so excited about this freaking Michael's thing. We'll just jump into it because we're talking about it. Speaking of Michael's, earlier in the week, we were at Michael's looking at the Spooky Town display, and the worker there, we were geeking out about Spooky Town, and she told me that they were getting Halloween this week. Like on the trucks, Halloween is coming this week, and she didn't know when they were gonna put it out. She's like, it could be now, it could be a week from now, it could be 2 weeks from now, it could be a month from now. They haven't told us yet. Well, then after I got that information, it wasn't long after that, maybe a couple days later, we started seeing first looks of Halloween in store on the East Coast. I am seeing this everywhere. You guys have been tagging me, DMing me, like Google Michael's. Have you seen this, Michael's? We are starting to see the first look. Like some stores are starting to get in full blown, like their lines are starting to come out. Like full blown displays of Halloween at Michael's. Some of the pictures I saw, it was this whole, I don't even know, like retro, tie-dye, pastel, pink, disco ball, sequins. It's back, everybody. And I don't like to yuck anyone's yum. So I'm not here to be like, what is happening again? But I thought last year they put out the whole pink line first. So we did see a full-blown pink line, disco ball, sequins looking line at Michael's. That was the first thing they put out early in the season. So when I saw these pictures, I was like, that makes sense that they would do another pastel line early. And it looks a little more summery compared to some of the other Halloween stuff. So I get like less scary. Vintage Spirits is the other line that I've been seeing people posting. It is Michael's is finally, they heard our banshee scream, everybody, that we wanted more vintage Halloween. No one has done retro looking inspired Halloween. Like I know it's not vintage technically because I'm just saying inspired, like a vintage inspired Halloween collection. The last time I think I saw it at Michael's was 2019, I believe is the last, maybe it was 2020, but I believe it was 2019 was the last time we saw a vintage looking Halloween collection or vintage inspired Halloween collection. And some of my favorite pieces that I use for my in your face, like some, which one? Oh, here, let me go get it. I'll go show you guys. This guy, one of my favorite vintage inspired Halloween pieces from Michael's. And I believe this was 2019, if I'm remembering. Yep, 2019. This is the last time that really stands out to me when Michael's had more. I think they did have something in 2020, but it started getting cuter and cuter as the years went on. But that kind of just OG Halloween look, I feel like it's been since 2019, around that time. Anyway, so we're seeing this full-blown, what is it called? Vintage Spirits line popping up in stores, I believe on the East Coast. Pretty much the East Coast seems to be getting everything before the rest of the country. I feel like it moves from east to west. There's so much from this line that's so good. Like these big jack-o'-lantern faces, these old school looking Halloween candy buckets. They've got figurines. They've got little jars with the little vintage looking guys on top. They've got actual figures, like larger figures. They've got a ghost guy holding a jack-o'-lantern bowl. So many vintage looking pieces in this line. They've got pillows. They've got wall decor. It all looks so good. And normally I only buy a couple of pieces from this type of line, kind of like what is back here. These items are all over the course of 10 years. So I don't really like having the same items from one collection all out. Like I kind of like to mix it with other collections, so I have a really good blend of different styles and different, like for example, this vintage spirits line, they're doing the same jack-o'-lantern face for the whole collection, which I like, but because it's cohesive to the collection. But I like a variation in jack-o'-lantern faces when it comes to my in-your-face Halloween decor. I'm going like this because I'm looking at my kitchen right now, and above my cabinets is where I put all of my in-your-face Halloween stuff every year. If you know, you know. But I'll put my fall leaves up there and my in-your-face Halloween stuff, vintage-inspired Halloween stuff up there. And I like a good mix of sizes, shapes, different jack-o'-lantern faces, happy ones, ones with teeth, ones without teeth. I like a whole different, or just one tooth. So longest story longer, I don't like everything to look like it's from the same collection. I like a good mix, a good variety. But that being said, with this collection, it is so good. I love the skeleton guys. I love the jack-o'-lantern head guys. I love the ghosts. I love the scaredy cats. I love the whole dang thing. And then Bound by Magic, we've seen some leaks and some first looks of Bound by Magic, and Bound by Magic looks like it's gonna be exactly what it's called. It's a whole magical line, like magician style magic line. So like OG magicians, very old school look to it. But then there's some zodiac pillows, fortune teller looking stuff, different things like that. So it could just be all around magical line, magic, magicians, fortune tellers. And it is and you know what? I mentioned, was it during the holiday season? I think I mentioned that I was wondering if they were going to bring blue, like royal blue, into Halloween, or even baby blue into Halloween. Because, and I'm starting to see it, but this Bound by Magic has more of that royal blue color. Because I was seeing a lot of royal blue holiday stuff. And I'm like, is this trend going to follow us into Halloween? And it looks like the Bound by Magic line, it's a lot of royal blues. That's what it looks like in the photos at least. And gold. So that's the Bound by Magic. We've been seeing that. I'm really excited to see this one in the flesh. On their website, they do have where it says Halloween decor collections. There's not much yet. I'm seeing some coming soon stuff. These really cool gothic looking frames. And some are celestial, some are, but they are some good looking frames. And they even have some cool looking pictures inside. So you can put your own pictures in there, I'm assuming. Or you can keep the pictures they have. But these are some really good looking frames. I feel like Michaels is stepping it up in the frame department. They also had some really pretty gothic frames last year as well. But these ones look like they could be all year round gothic frames. Other collections, Enchanted Romance, which I'm assuming is going to be like a romantic gothic kind of look. They may, if they're going to do their skeletons again this year, like the skeletons doing the most, my guess is it's going to be in this line, the Enchanted Romance line. Then, because they always have kind of a floral looking, like floral and skeletons kind of line. Also worth mentioning with Michaels, I'm wondering if they're waiting until after the weekend to put the Halloween stuff up online. Because right now they're having 30% off all regular price items. So if they put out Halloween now, all of their new Halloween stuff will be 30% off. And I don't think they're wanting, so if you're not seeing the Halloween stuff online, or it just says coming soon, I wonder if we're going to see a full Halloween drop on Michaels, or they're going to start putting it out on Monday. that would make the most sense to me because they're having 30% off right now. Okay, so I wanted to mention that about Michael's because it's something that stood out in my brain and I wondered, are they going to wait until after this 30% off full price items until that's over? And that's over on the 21st. So I would check Monday. I wouldn't put it past. I bet you they are going to put out Halloween next week online. That's my guess. Okay. Next up, I want to talk about Costco because last weekend we went to Costco and we saw, and I know some stores were still getting this out, but they had the big groundbreaking skeleton at Costco. He is so cool looking. His eyes move around and he's a showstopper. People were walking by and everyone made a comment about him. He is so good looking, everybody. Not that I have a crush on him, but you know. Not that I don't. Also, they had Halloween rugs at Costco. So we saw some Halloween rugs. They had a ghost dog one and what was the other one? A spooky house one with branches. And they also had a couple of fall ones. They had a fox one and a pumpkin one. And they're really good quality too, by the way. Very thick, almost like memory foam, but they're not the memory foam. It's just like, or you know, the anti-fatigue, but they're not, I don't think. They're just really thick. They're really nice. Okay, anyways, moving on. Let's talk a little bit about, what are we talking about in stores? At home. At home, y'all. At home, especially on the East Coast right now, is getting full-blown Halloween out in stores. They've got full displays, full Halloween selections. It's beautiful. It is glorious. I'll show some of the pictures I've seen on the Facebook group because they are beautiful. I'm loving these collections. I'm loving the throw pillows this year, the throw blankets, the dishware, the big witch. Did you see the big witch? It's like the Cracker Barrel branchy witch, but it's huge. Oh man, they've got the crows back this year. There's so much happening at home. I cannot wait to see it in the flesh. Unfortunately for a lot of us, everybody else, many of us are not going to see Halloween at home until after the 4th of July. Or at least that's what the big old sign said at my store. It said July 6th on the sign in my store. Even though they're hiding skeletons on the top shelf, but that's besides the point. We saw a sign that said July 6th. So a lot of people, it's going to be after 4th of July for your local at-home stores and maybe even later on the West Coast. I'm not sure. But that's at home. But check it anyways because you never know if they're sprinkling out a couple of things. Then let's talk about Lowe's. They just did a new drop of some animatronics on their website. So Lowe's.com, everybody. They have, and I'll have this in my storefront because I am a Lowe's partner, so I'll put these in my storefront if you want to check them out. I'll have them linked in the description box for you. They have this Mummy Mickey they put out, and this Mummy Minnie, and I cannot wait to see the Lowe's animatronics in the flesh. There's something about walking in, there's just something about animatronics in general. I love walking into a store with a full-blown display of animatronics and then playing them all and watching them do their thing. It does something to my soul in a different way than other Halloween does. Other Halloween does something else to my soul. It makes it happy in a different way. The animatronics make me happy in a way that's like, it feels like, oh my gosh, like a vibe. It almost feels like you're not in a haunted house, but it kind of has that similar vibe where you're surrounded by spooky things, where Halloween decor feels more like, oh, let's get ready for this is at least how it feels for me. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but it's more like, oh, let's get ready. You got to plan my themes. I'm so excited to decorate my home, where animatronics is like an immersive experience. Back to Lowe's online. They also have this Stitch animatronic, this Halloween Stitch animatronic. Stitch is in a little costume with a Halloween bucket. So cute. And then they have this life-size Sully, this Monsters Inc. Sully dressed as a vampire, which is super cute. And once again, I cannot wait to see these in the flesh. Also in stores, while we're talking about in-store stuff, people are starting to see Halloween in store at Old Time Pottery and also Gabe's. And I believe they're owned by the same, because I believe our Old Time Pottery here is now Gabe's. So people are seeing Halloween at Old Time Pottery / Gabe's. And they're seeing full-blown Halloween in the flesh. So be checking your Old Time Potteries and Gabe's for Halloween. And Pop Shelf. Pop Shelf is a new store to my area, at least. I don't know how long it's been around. But they have a full-blown Summerween collection I've been seeing with a lot of pastel pinks and ghosties and bows, and it's very pinky and ghosty. And I called my local pop shelf and they didn't have it out yet, but we're gonna be checking it. Also seeing some people talking about Dollar Tree in store. We stopped by Dollar Tree earlier in the week, I think it was, and we saw some Halloween floral. Just a couple of little sprigs, but it's better than nothing. It means it's starting. With Dollar Tree, floral is usually the first to come out, and then Halloween follows. So it's a good sign that floral is coming out. But I also had some photos. Spooky Family over on the Facebook group posted some photos of Dollar Tree, like the pictures of their promotional, like their setups. But it looks like the first phase of Halloween is a set by 7/16. So July 16th, this stuff has to be out by. And it looks like a bunch of the bright colored stuff, the little, the things that make the obnoxious sounds and songs, and the little plastic lanterns. We see a lot of this stuff every year. And like the paper lanterns and that kind of stuff. And little projectors. But then it also looks like some of the other collections. Like this potion bottle collection, some of the party wear, the little, champagne flutes with the skeleton hand wrapping around. Some things like that little skeleton, are those the salad tong things? And it also looks like, the fancier part of Dollar Tree is going to come out by July 16th. And that's the fancy stuff. It looks like some little containers, some ghosts, some little floral pieces, like a little centerpiece thing, and some skulls, some lanterns, and maybe a disco ball. I don't know if that's a disco ball ghost up there or sequence ghost. Or it's a lantern. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like a disco ball ghost, everybody. Again. So 7/16 is a set by date. So it could be before that because I know some people are already seeing Dollar Tree. But it has to be out by 7/16. And then the next round looks like it's 8/6. And I'm wondering if the August 6th drop is a lot of the trick-or-treat bags and, the necklaces, like the trick-or-treat kind of stuff. The stuff that people get for trick-or-treat bags, for trick-or-treating, for the Halloween festivities and parties. Dollar Tree is starting now, but then the set by date is July 16th for the first round, which is, I think, the main round we're seeing. So from now until July 16th, we're going to be seeing Halloween popping up at Dollar Tree. So it just depends, once again, on the store, region, all that kind of stuff, whatever's going on at your store. But by July 16th, it looks like that's when the set by date is. And there's another one August 6th. So there'll be another round of Halloween coming out at Dollar Tree August 6th, or between July 16th and August 6th. Also in store, Kohl's. We saw Halloween blankets at Kohl's, and I've been seeing a lot of social media posts about Kohl's having some Halloween out. And Spooky Family that works at Kohl's mentioned that in the stock room, you went back there and there was full-blown boxes of Halloween starting to come in. So we're going to be seeing Halloween coming out at Kohl's. I'm going to say it's going to be after 4th of July. They're really going to put out their Halloween, but you can check anytime because I say after 4th of July, but really if stores are wanting to, if they have the stock and they want to start putting it out, I know some stores are really strict on that and other stores it's just hey, we have the time to put this out now. We have the space to put it out now. Let's put it out. We don't want empty shelves. So I know it depends on the store, on the policy, all that kind of stuff, but from what I've seen, a lot of the stores just don't want empty shelves. When people walk in, customers are walking in and maybe their 4th of July stuff is gone, their summer stuff is gone, and they're clearancing it out and they have empty shelves, so they want to fill those shelves. So it just depends where you're at, the stores, and probably how full the stock room is getting, that kind of thing. So, anyways, Kohl's Halloween, start checking it, your Kohl's, your local Kohl's. Okay, also, Target Bullseye Playground, the little dollar section area at Target in the front. I wasn't for sure about this information at first because we usually don't see Target Dollar Spot until end of July. Usually it's the end of July. Maybe we won't in my area because I was just there the other day and there was nothing. It didn't even look emptied out or like they were putting things away or anything. They weren't preparing. No, it's happening because several Spooky Family ghouls and goblins out there have been talking about Target Dollar Spot Halloween happening. So they're putting out full-blown Halloween in the Target Bullseye Playground. Did I say Dollar Spot? I feel like I said it somewhere in there, and I probably did, and I'll never get, my brain cannot process. I don't know why I'm this way. And I wonder if that means Target Hide and Eek is going to come out early this year, even though I had my doubts because it usually comes out in the school supply area. So I don't know how it's going to work out, but we'll at least probably see it at Threshold early. So we'll see a Bullseye Playground early, a Threshold early, and maybe Hide and Eek will just be the same timing. I don't know. Anyway, or maybe they will bump it up because usually it's after Labor Day in my area. Maybe they'll clearance out the week after school starts, although that is Labor Day pretty much. So I don't know what they're going to do, but we'll be watching. I'm still shocked we have not seen an online Target drop or their Hide and Eek drop, their Threshold drop, pre-order. We usually see an early Target drop online by now. It's been nothing but crickets from Target. So I say we're keeping an eye on that. Any minute Target could do an online drop or a pre-order or something. It's going to be any time. So we're keeping our eyes on that. But I'm shocked. Last year it was in May when they did an early drop. So we'll see what happens. Let's talk about Bath and Body Works. I feel like we got to talk about Bath and Body Works because Bath and Body Works, it's going to kind of tie into another store we just talked about. So this year, rumor has it that Bath and Body Works is doing a circus theme. It seems like circus might be a theme just in general this year that we're going to see because I noticed that Michael's, some of their pieces in their vintage inspired line had some circus looking tents and circus looking stripes. And in the Bound by Magic line, it almost looks like they had more fortune teller kind of stuff. We're kind of seeing something similar happening at Bath & Body Works from what I've seen so far. So I've seen the candles. The candles coming back this year, the leaks I've seen, first of all, the scents. We've got Cotton Candy Cobwebs, Carnival Fog, which I heard was they're bringing back the graveyard, what's it called? Oh, why can't I think of the name of it? Moonlit Graveyard, is that what the scent is? They're bringing that back, and it's going to be called Carnival Fog, from what I understand. That's what I've heard, the rumors I've heard out there. So allegedly, Carnival Fog is the repackaging of Moonlit Graveyard, and they're bringing back pumpkin carving. I'm hoping they give us a full pumpkin carving body line. Please, Bath & Body Works. I haven't seen anything about it yet, but I need it. I need it. We never get, on Halloween, during Halloween season, the one scent that gets the shaft, it gets the back burner, is pumpkin carving. We get a candle and like a pocket back holder, and that's it. We don't get body spray. We don't get glitter. We don't get lotion, and it's pumpkin. It's Halloween. Like the one line you should have for sure is pumpkin. And I think maybe the mindset is, well, we have all these other pumpkin scents to be competing with. We've got sweet cinnamon pumpkin, which is basically a similar scent. We've got pumpkin, whatever, all the other pumpkins, pumpkin marshmallow bonfire, all the things happening at the same time. So maybe it's too much pumpkin to compete with. But honestly, I don't think it's a competition. I would still buy the pumpkin scents for fall. I just want a Halloween packaging body line with jack-o'-lanterns and orange and black. If you're also feeling me here and you're like, yes, Kohl, exactly. Let me know in the comments if you agree, disagree. Would you not buy the other pumpkin stuff if they had the pumpkin carving body line? Because I would buy both. I'm still buying the pumpkin, cinnamon pumpkin lotion for into fall, and I'm buying the Halloween packaging as well. So I want the full-blown body care line, and I think we would buy it. I think we'd buy both. We love pumpkin everything. We're going to buy the pumpkin stuff and the Halloween stuff. We're probably going to buy it. And I don't mean everybody. I know not everybody is a fan of the scents at Bath & Body Works, or you're big into Bath & Body Works, so I totally get that. But I know a lot of us love a good Halloween package body care line, and we don't see a lot of it out there. We don't get a lot of Halloween body care or pumpkin Halloween body. We get a lot of pumpkin body care, but not Halloween pumpkin body care. So they don't really have a lot of competition. Anyway, that's my take on that. I'm just putting that out there. We're now just nerding out about it. Anyways, I also saw this pedestal leak from Bath & Body Works. This 3-wick candle holder that's a fortune teller pedestal, and it lights up, and it has the crystal ball and hands. It is so cool. And if I know anything about Bath and Body Works quality like I know it, it's going to be so good in person in 3D and detailed. And I think they do such a great job with that kind of, I don't know what I want to call it. It's not terranium, but kind of, you know, like where they have things inside of like a little, like in like a little house or in a little terranium or like a little, you know, they do little things like inside of whatever. They do such, and it lights up. They do such a good job with that 3D kind of stuff. Anyways, is that it? And as far as Bath and Body Works releases go, I heard they're doing their launch July 6th. That's the big date. So after 4th of July, once again, we're going to see a lot of stuff after 4th of July. But every year, they do a members only launch for app members only. And usually it's the Monday before it comes out in stores. And this year, that falls on June 29th. So I don't know for sure. I haven't seen, I'm sure that information is going to show up very soon. I haven't seen any information on this, if it's happening. I know there's going to be a members app release. It happens every single year. So I don't know why they would get rid of that. Usually it's the Monday before it comes out in stores. So if it's going to come out July 6th in stores and online, then I think it's going to, I've said this before, I think there's going to be an app members only launch situation happening June 29th. And I know a lot of you hear this and you're like, cool, no, they already said it's July 6th. It's already July 6th. I know that's the in-store online, like that's the official launch. That's what I'm seeing too. But I'm talking about the members only app. Like you have to have the app and they release it, app only release. That's what I'm talking about. When is that happening? And I think it usually always happens the Monday before the launch. And I think it's going to be June 29th. I could be wrong, but I think that's when it's going to happen. So we'll be watching that. Hold on, let me check my notes. No, it's not it, because Pottery Barn. Have you guys seen the new Pottery Barn drop with these metal witches? It's like a whole display thing. They've got these branchy things coming up in the witches. It's like a new candle setup that they put out. Oh my gosh. And they've got new witch figures that are metal. And they have that same kind of spindly look as the ones last year that were the candle holder. Well, they brought them back this year too. The candle holders, you know what I'm talking about? They brought in these metal witch figures, these new ones. And they are so, oh my gosh. These metal witch figure things and the candlestick holders and all these things that Pottery Barn puts out, they are so good. They are probably my favorite pieces I've ever seen from Pottery Barn. They are so good. And the quality is so good. It's little things like the candlestick holders I have, it has a felt bottom so it doesn't scratch your table. It's just little things like that, those details that matter to me. Like I don't want my table all scratched up with metal pieces and stuff. It's just things like that they think of. They're really heavy, but this is me just validating possibly the purchase. I love these pieces. I love these metal witch pieces. I love the look of them, the style, everything is so good. It's so good and they're so high up. I don't know if they'll make it to sale, but Pottery Barn every year has really good sales throughout the season. They're not just at the end of the season, although the end of the season ones, those are the best sales, but they do mark things down earlier. Like I got the ghost mirror for sale one year. Was that last year I got it for sale? I think it was last year. Pottery Barn is still putting out Halloween. A lot of the stuff they put out earlier in the season was from last year that they were bringing back. So they do have their newer items they're starting to put out online. So definitely check out Pottery Barn. And then Anthropologie. I talked about Anthropologie before. I talked about Anthropologie and then their sister store Terrain, which is Shop Terrain. It's Terrain, Terrain, shopterrain.com. So Anthropologie started putting out some of their glassware, and then they also started putting out some of their honeycomb dishware, similar to what they had last year, but it looks like they added some new things this year, like this witch's brew bowl, and they added some cats, like a couple of cat pieces and owls, and they basically expanded that really popular honeycomb line from last year. And these pieces are beautiful. They have plates, they have mugs, they have bowls. They have so many pretty, and some say trick or treat, and some say witch's brew, some say hocus pocus, and they're so cool looking. They are beautiful. I love that whole collection. It's very black and white, and I think a little bit of gold. Love that collection. Well, they also added, because you on Anthropologie, you can see some of the terrain pieces. It'll say terrain on there. They have some beautiful pieces. They have these doorbell, like it's like a chime, like doorbell chime thing. It's like it hangs over your door. It's a bat and it has bells. So when you open your door, you know, the bells go off. And they have these witch broom servers. It's like salad server things, tongs, whatever. No, not tongs though. They're like salad servers. And the handle is a witch broom. They are amazing. They have so many pieces on there that I'm just drooling over. Also, TJ Maxx and Marshall's online, they're continuing to roll out Halloween, seeing a ton of Halloween on both those websites. A lot of the stuff I'm seeing looks like it's from last year. So I don't know if they're just repeat items that we're going to be seeing a lot of the same kind of things this year. I know we do year after year, but I don't know if this is stuff from last year being put back up and they're seeing if they can get through that stuff first. Then they're going to put out a lot of the new stuff, or the new stuff's going to go out in the stores. I'm not sure what's going on, but a lot of similar items to last year up on the websites, but they have a ton of stuff to choose from. There's also some newer stuff on there too. So they have a lot of stuff online. As far as in stores, I saw over on the Facebook group that Spooky Family called and asked, and they said something about end of July for in-store home goods. Seems very late, like very late for home goods. Considering I start seeing Santa at Home Goods in mid-August, I don't know how they're gonna do Halloween at the end of July and then Santa starts coming around, you know, the second week of August. I think we're gonna start seeing TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Marshalls anytime. I think it's probably gonna be after 4th of July, but I think July as a whole is gonna be the hot time. If you're wanting things from Home Goods, I think is gonna be the time to get it. Because that's when you get the really good goods. By the time it's August, things are crammed and packed in there and picked over. Usually in August, you can find some good dishware. That's when they start putting out some really good dishware. Like spooky kitchen stuff, bakeware kind of stuff is usually in August. But I don't know. I think it's going to be after 4th of July. And I even think we're going to see towards the tail end of June, like here, anytime, I think we could see stuff at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. But especially after 4th of July, I think it's going to be prime time at Home Goods. That's when we're going to start seeing the most stuff like starting to roll out. But July as a whole, I think is going to be the time to get things like the good goods at Home Goods. It may be the beginning of August, but as we get into August, they start getting out Christmas. It happens. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm going through my list, and I think that is all the new information or updated information I have. Of course, we have the continuation of everything that we've already talked about, which is kind of bled into this video because a lot of people like Pottery Barn we've already talked about, but they're getting out new things. And, you know, Anthropologie we already talked about, but they're getting out new items. So we're seeing a lot of new items that are so good. And we're seeing new in the flesh, full displays, I don't even know. I'm just excited. We're seeing Halloween in the flesh, everybody. So I just thought we'd sit down, take it all in, and talk about everything we just saw this week. I feel like this channel is a little bit of spooky QVC meets Halloween news broadcasting system where we deliver the Halloween news and we can do some shopping and we do some product showing. It's a little bit of everything around here, and a little bit of a spooky food network when we do our spooky kitchen. We got a little bit of everything going on, but I thought I'd hop on here and give a little Halloween news broadcast. It is happening. We are in the season. I hope you're excited. I'm excited. I love all of these drops. Of course, I love the online drops, but seeing a full Halloween display at Cracker Barrel did something to your ghoul. It doesn't even matter that I'm sick right now. I am feeling my mood is so boosted right now that I'm like, you can't get a ghoul down. You can't get a spooky ghoul down. Cold of doom. So, yeah, I'm hopefully going to get over this cold quickly. I'm kind of glad I'm getting this out of the way. Hopefully no other plagues find me this season, and we're just getting this out of the way, and we can have a very healthy, spooky season ahead. So anyways, hope you're having an amazing day. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here and nerding out about Halloween with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey ghoul hey down in the comments because you know I love talking to you. And let me know in the comments if you want to see maybe a weekly recap of what we just saw out in the Halloween world. And we can kind of catch up and talk a little bit about what's to come as well. Let me know if you want to see that. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.